Hi, I'm Andrew. Grace is my sister.
I'm Grace. Andrew's my brother.
We're broadcasting to you from District 14, the podcasting district.
Why is it called that, you ask?
Because 14 years ago, a movie was released which was based on a best-selling YA book written by Suzanne Collins.
We saw it on opening weekend and exited the theaters, forever changed.
That movie was called The Hunger Games.
It's difficult to articulate what a phenomenon the Hunger Games books and films became during the 2010s unless you were actually there.
And that's where we come in.
Every episode will cover one chapter of the Hunger Games.
And share secrets the Capitol doesn't want you to know about.
We'll also share secrets that you might not want to know about.
So this is your last chance to avoid spoilers or potentially upsetting content.
The series centers around the death of miners, and it doesn't get much better from there.
So, without further ado...
Happy Hunger Games!
And may the odds be ever in your favor. Section 1. Previously on District 14. So, you know how initially Gay Bitch wasn't willing to help?
That was not in the script. That was just offensive.
What? What? How is it offensive, Grace? Explain to me.
How is it offensive? You called him gay bitch.
Well, he is being a bitch in the last chapter, and we don't know if he's bisexual.
It's still derogatory.
Okay. I'll call him straight bitch. Is that better?
That's still derogatory.
Okay, gay bitch?
Sure.
What part of it are you objecting with? I don't understand.
Both parts.
Okay, how about baggage?
I'll take it.
Okay. Well, baggage was initially unwilling to help.
Well, now he's considering it. Haymitch, also known as Baggage, will stop drinking if his tribute stopped trying to stop him from drinking. Did we mention that Haymitch was... Did we mention that Haymitch was drunk when he made this promise?
Did we mention that Grace was drunk when she recorded this?
No.
Just in time for Team 12 to arrive at the Capitol.
That's when Peeta shows off how he can be dangerous, in a different way than Katniss.
Namely, by smiling and waving menacingly. Oh god, he has social skills.
How will the Capitol react to the 24 tributes once their prep teams and stylists gussy them up?
Gussy them up.
Oh, God.
It's like a southern term, Grace.
They gussy them, not goosey them.
They don't goosey them.
Yeah.
Yes. All this and more non-stop coverage from Hunger Games LXXIV. Come to you live from District 14.
District 14 is made possible by viewers like you. Thank you.
Section 2. Reruns. Well, Grace, with this episode, we're over the halfway point of Section 1, the tributes.
How did that happen so fast?
I don't know. I really feel like at this point, we are going to finish Book 1. I'm confident about that.
Woo!
Our goal is to reach 82 episodes for the 81 chapters and epilogue that consists of the series, and we'll see where it goes from there. Suzanne willing.
Readers, hold us to it.
Hold us to it.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Yeah, and this is definitely where we get into the meat and potatoes of the series. Before this, we've heard about the Capitol, but we only briefly got a glimpse of it at the end of Chapter 4.
True.
The Capitol is the ultimate Rorschach test for a person's character inside these series and outside of it. I've often seen it debated online whether the Capitol practices capitalism or communism as a way of people propping up their own socioeconomic values. Suzanne Collins clearly intended for the Capitol to be a metaphor for capitalism. It's in the name. Suzanne Collins' dad is a veteran of the Korean War and the Vietnam War. She clearly intended for the Capitol to be an allegory for communism. Those weren't other people that entered the conversation right now. It was all me. It's amazing what my voice can do, can't it? As for my own subjective views on which system I prefer between the two, in 1984, under capitalism, we got the Bhopal disaster in India. This happened because the rich people in charge were cheap asses, which got poor people killed. And then in 1986, under communism, we got the Chernobyl disaster in Ukraine. This happened because the rich people in charge were cheap asses, which got poor people killed. I hope this answered any lingering questions about why I hate cheap assism so very, very much.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, besides, most people are missing the point when they attempt to classify the Capitol as rule of panem in terms of just one economic system. They're missing out on it entirely. Panem is every country ever. It may aesthetically be modeled after the Roman Empire, which I think about constantly. But you can pick up any country's government around the world and compare it to Pan Am. The USA's history of law enforcement treating African Americans as guilty even when proven innocent sounds an awful lot like how District 11 is treated by peacekeepers in the Hunger Games. China's sentiment of the Tiananmen Square massacre sounds an awful lot like the capital's media blackouts on the uprisings and Catching Fire. Countries like France, Russia, and Spain abolishing their respective monarchies, only to have their new governments be run by a bunch of same but different, bunch of blathering, bloodthirsty bozos. Sounds an awful lot like the new Pan Am of Mockingjay to me.
Mm-hmm. Pan Am is Pangea.
Oh my god, I never put that together before. It is bread and it is also Pangea.
It is bread, it is Pangea, and it could even be something else.
Therefore, bread is everything.
Bread is everything.
It's just like everything everywhere all at once, where the center of the universe is an everything bagel.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Hey.
Yeah, there's a lot of comparisons that can be made to different things. One of my favorite stories about Suzanne Collins was her, like, watching the news about, I think it was
Iraq.
The Iraq War, and she was also watching reality TV. And flipping through channels, seeing both of those, that's where she started to get her ideas about the Hunger Games, where people were watching horrifying things for entertainment.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I wonder what reality TV show she was watching.
I'm so curious. I wonder, depending on the year, we might be able to make a guess.
I think it was in 2003.
2003.
So it might have been in Big Brother. I'm going to look up right now reality TV shows in 2003. Mm-hmm. I wonder if there was an Apprentice. There'd be a great parallel with President Donald Sutherland. Reality TV shows, 2003. There's The Bachelorette.
That one's crazy.
That one could be a good one. Ooh, here's a good list. Trashiest reality TV shows from 2003. You can listen to the article. I'm not going to do that. So Bachelor, that's a good one. And especially given the lovers angle. There's Temptation Island.
Ooh.
I haven't heard of that one before. Here's stupid pop-up ads. Rich Girls. Tommy Hilfiger's daughter Allie and her best friend Jamie Gleicher, who were the subject of the short-lived MTV Gem.
Okay.
Are You Hot?
What?
Yeah, Are You Hot? They're in the early aughts. There was a website called Hot or Not, and then the TV show was called Hot or Not, and it builds up as the search of America's sexiest people.
Ew. Also, this article is from Refinery29, if you want to take a look at it.
Yes. Okay. The Bachelorette. We've already said that.
Yep.
I think The Bachelor or Bachelorette is more likely because what a big franchise it is. I don't think Suzanne would have explicitly be able to tell us which one it was because it was so long ago, but Joe Millionaire.
Oh, that one's crazy. So he pretends to be a rich guy, but he isn't actually rich.
Yes. Okay, there's The Simple Life.
Oh my god, Nicole Richie and Paris Hilton. That one is a classic. Okay, that one is interesting because they are two rich girls, but they basically go around to folks who are more poor than them and kind of try to live their lives. So they'll like work a shift at a farm or something like that. Yeah. So that one could be a good contender for something they'd be watching.
If we inspired the Hunger Games, that's hot.
That's hot.
Queer Eye for the Straight Guy.
Mm-hmm. The original version.
I get the sense Cinna likes the show.
Possibly.
I wonder why.
Possibly.
Yeah. Yeah, like very strong like fashion choices, and it's all about remaking people who are, I assume, straight guys. I only saw one episode or two of the show. Yeah. And help them present themselves better and spread more of the culture. Average Joe, the setup of a sitcom where a gorgeous, successful woman is married to a laid-out guy she says nags him. Ordinary men try to win the heart of a beauty queen. America's Next Top Model.
Oh, that one's crazy.
Yeah, America's Next Top Model is pretty up there with the sociopathy meter.
Yeah.
Yeah, why don't we just like make up a bunch of people in different races? What bad thing could happen?
In case you don't know about this, there was an episode that Andrew's referencing where every single person was assigned a race to dress up as and differentiate their skin their eyes, their hair, and then pretend to be that race.
Oh my god.
And it aired on TV.
Yes, it aired on TV. It's a little hard to find now for obvious reasons.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this real life. Celebrities would film just as they existed and did sporadic activities. These all sound like the types of TV shows that would be on when the Hunger Games aren't playing, honestly. I'm very curious about what TV shows are playing when the Hunger Games aren't on.
True.
It sounds to me like Caesar Flickerman, who we'll get a better sense of later on in the book, would have his own TV show like Ellen. Just like Ellen.
Just like Ellen.
Only the hair's a little longer and blue, and he's not as mean.
Exactly.
Okay, there's Punked.
Oh, Punked.
Yes, that's where Ashton Kutcher played a bunch of pranks on his celebrity friends.
Psychological warfare.
Psychological warfare, yes. Okay. Boy Meets Boy, the queer version of The Bachelor. And it was going to be a few men who are heterosexual and a few who are gay. They didn't last very long, apparently.
No.
Mm-hmm. All right. Married by America. We have... Okay, so this is forcing strangers to marry on reality TV, happened in 2003. 5 couples who just met were voted into engagements. They then would spend time on a ranch and figure out if they have a fighting chance to become man or wife. What? Paradise Hotel. Well, the Proto-Love Island, conventionally attractive singles were set to live in a luxury hotel where the goal was to stay the longest. And then Extreme Makeover Home Edition. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Hot or Not sounds like something that was made up.
Agreed.
I'm like, that can't be real. No.
It sounds false.
No. But yeah, I think The Bachelor or The Bachelorette is the most likely inspiration. It has like exotic locations, and then you're flipping through the channels about a war in the Middle East at the same time. I can imagine it's very jarring.
For me, I imagine it being America's Next Top Model.
Yes.
That show is insane.
Yes. It is probably more harmful than The Bachelor.
And it was showing all the time, too. Like, The Bachelor would pretty much only air, like, during the nighttime on the episodes, or on the days where it came out. But there were always reruns.
There were always reruns.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But yeah, back to the...
Wait, one last thing.
Yes.
And America's Top Model, it wasn't even that successful creating top models.
Yep.
Everybody who won had, like, very brief careers in the modeling industry. Mm-hmm. Probably the most iconic contestant, or one of them, was Winnie Harlow, who became a breakout star and didn't even win the show. It's giving very Adam Lambert.
True.
Yeah. Yeah, sometimes it's better to not win a reality show TV. Unless it's the Hunger Games, in case you will literally die if you do not win.
Yep, that's when it's good to win.
Okay, well, let's see. How far are we in? We're about 10 minutes in, and we haven't even started talking about the chapter, really.
Well, let me say my first thing about the chapter. It starts with a sound effect.
Rip!
Exactly. It feels like when you were... Do you remember, like, when you were a younger kid and people were like, start out a paragraph by being interesting? Like, you could say pow or bam or, like, do a quote or something like that. And, like, usually people don't write like that when they're writing essays or things like that. Yeah. But you can see that Suzanne Collins was tuning in to that. And
to get our attention.
Exactly.
Like, oh, no, Peeta's going to kill me. Rip!
Exactly. Well, is this the first time she's used a sound effect?
I'd have to look back a little bit, but I can't remember any strong examples of a sound effect.
Mm-hmm. Well, we're in the Capitol, where reality is stranger than fiction.
Yes.
So we started out with a sound effect, rip, and this lady who looks crazy, with aqua hair and gold tattoos, by the way, above her eyebrow, is waxing her, removing all of her body hair.
God, what part of her do you think she waxed?
Everything.
Oh, my bad. Except for, like, her head hair.
Except for her head hair.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. So, my question is, how do you have a gold tattoo? Like, does it actually look like it's metal, or is it just kind of yellow colored?
My question is it actual gold?
Right.
Yeah, I'm thinking that And it depends on how attached you are to the color of gold, because they are extremely fashion conscious in the capital. So gold could be seen as trendy one day, and then you're like, you're still carrying gold all these years later? That's so 2,300 and late.
Exactly. And so, how would you pronounce this woman's name? Venia? Venia. So Venia, she's the one with the aqua hair and the gold tattoos, ripping that hair off of poor Katniss. And saying, sorry, she pipes in her silly capital accent, you're just so hairy. Jeez.
Yeah.
Katniss immediately has complaints. Why do these people speak in such a high pitch? Why do their jaws barely open when they talk? Why do the ends of their sentences go up as if they're asking a question? Odd vowels, clipped words, and always a hiss on the letter S.
Yes.
No wonder it's impossible not to mimic them. Fun fact, Katniss, you actually can hold yourself back from making fun of people.
Yes.
You just choose not to.
You choose not to.
Exactly.
Yeah, I would also like to pay attention to the hiss part of it. This is very clear foreshadowing for President Snow later on, because they talk with a hiss, apparently. And it makes you wonder, is this just a part of the capital accent, or does he have a speech impediment and everybody's just trying to appease him? This reminds me of a story taking place in Spain. There was a king who spoke with a lisp, and his subjects in Spain spoke Spanish like this, so they wouldn't get in trouble. Yeah, and it's obviously a fake story, but it's kind of funny to think about how people bend backwards to not acknowledge something obvious.
The Emperor...
With
the
no
Emperor's
clothes.
new clothes. The
Yes.
Emperor has no clothes.
Yes, and everybody around is like, wow, doesn't the Emperor's clothes look great? It really conceals his thing really well. And then a little kid speaking, so what are you talking about? This thing's just hanging out there.
And they're like, shut up, kid!
Shut up, kid, what do you know?
Exactly. So, after Katniss internally bullies this woman...
Does it count as bullying if it's internal and never expressed?
I mean, we're reading it. We're reading her little insults right now.
Okay, well, what if I just thought in my mind about how to bully you right now, but didn't actually go through with it? Would I be a bully?
You would go to hell.
What?
Straight to hell.
Oh my god.
And that's why nobody can ever think of
I'll
thought.
I'll find a seat for you while we're there.
Oh, ba-ba-ba.
Yes, okay. You were saying?
So she's in her makeover movie montage.
Yes.
They're like, we're making you pretty.
Yeah.
Remember how you used to be ugly and wear glasses and have frizzy hair?
Yeah.
And be ugly? Surprise! We took the glasses off.
Wait a minute, I just thought of something. Princess Diaries. What's the name of the country in Princess Diaries?
Genovia.
What if Panem is Genovia?
Panem is Genovia.
Yeah, it explains the makeover, and explains why there is a third movie, because the third movie is about Genovia taking over the entire world and then renaming itself Panem.
Dun, dun, dun.
And there's also a cat in that, too.
There is a cat in that.
Yes.
Aww.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Okay. Hey, and anyway, prep team, and they're getting... She's having all the hair ripped from her body, you were saying?
Rip. And so... Basically, the tone of this chapter is so funny, because the entire time, she's like, these fucking idiots.
Yes,
like, these bozos are so weird. And yes, they are super weird and different than what she expects, but I just love her internal dialogue. Like, every time she has the opportunity to say something about them being silly and frivolous and stupid, she says it.
Yeah, this is her first time to ever really have an excuse to spend the time around Capitol people. Mm-hmm. And she already is a bit familiar with FBB. She goes every year to collect the tributes. But this is her first time she has to make conversation with several of them at once.
Yep. And so she is continuing to get... They keep waxing her. She is suffering. She's gripping on the edge of the table. So a little bit, she's probably never experienced this before. She's experienced other types of pain, but not the pain of being a hairy woman.
Nope.
And now they're making her feel it. And so where she is currently is called the Remake Center.
Great name.
Mm-hmm. Which I think is a very interesting name. So she still hasn't seen her stylist, but basically in her understanding of this, she has these 3 floozies.
Floozies?
Like, running around her, speaking weird, like, messing with her, and Haymitch told her, like, don't stop them from doing anything. Let them do everything that they're going to do. Mm-hmm. Ooh, a little bit weird for an adult to say to a child.
Yeah. What is this, Nickelodeon?
Ugh. It's so insane. What are they going to do next? Like, talk about her feet? Crazy.
Yeah.
And so they have been scrubbing her with gritty foam. They've been doing her nails, ridding her of hair. She says she feels like a plucked bird ready for roasting.
Yeah. I also love what Flavius says. Let's see, what's the quote? Flavius is a little down. I'm talking about the differences between some of them. And so Venia is sort of like the lead person of the prep team. You know, like, they also at first seem like they're pretty interchangeable, but they have very different physical features, and they have slightly different approaches to the same arc they go through throughout the series. So Venia has aqua blue hair and gold tattoos over her eyebrows. She's the first one we meet, and in later installments we see that she's kind of the most resilient emotionally. Mm-hmm. And then tattoos are a luxury most in the districts couldn't pay to have professionally done unless they were a merchant or a peacekeeper. Are her cat tattoos gold-colored, or are they actually gold? I think that since we see... I'm pretty sure that she has the gold tattoos in later installments of the book, so I think they're permanent. Mm-hmm. So the combination of Venia's main colors are blue and gold, which is a logical color combination. They signify victory. Think of blue ribbons and gold medals, which is appropriate since Katniss wins the Hunger Games. Mm-hmm. And the rebels later go on to win the Second Rebellion. And on a personal note, blue and gold are also the school colors of my alma mater, so I'm partial to Venia's passing resemblance to my beloved Oski. Go Bears!
Go Bears!
Yeah, you didn't go. You can't say that.
I can't say go Bears?
Well, your college... Oh, you know what? Your college was destroyed, so I guess I'll let you have that.
I'll say go Bears.
Yep. You know, Beth Hellman, real capital citizen.
I know. That's a deep dive we're going to have to do at some point.
Yeah, you know what? Let's save that for later on.
Yep. And so...
No, I'm still going on a little bit. It's okay. Sorry.
to interrupt you.
I mean, stop interrupting me when I'm interrupting you. Okay. Hey, and then Venia realized a knack for the winning team because she worked for Katniss and then she worked for the rebels. Mm-hmm. It was so... Oh, da-da-da. Capital accent. Da-dee-dee-da-dee-da-dee-da-dee-da-dee-da-dee. And then the next one we meet is Flavius. Some guy with orange hair and corkscrew locks and purple lipstick. It's an unusual combination of colors. Mm-hmm. You don't see that very often. This calls back to the end of Chapter 4 when Katniss describes how the vivid hues of the capital unnerve her. The Pratt team is queer-coded like many fictional characters who work in the fashion industry.
And like many real characters who work in the fashion industry.
Very true, Grace. Mm-hmm. Flavius is no exception. His two co-workers / friends are women. He's described as having a feminine voice and is wearing lipstick. All three of these traits are frowned upon by the patriarchal standards set in place for men in modern-day North America. Flavius tells Katniss she's doing very well as he applies a fresh coat of purple lipstick to his own lip, saying, "If there's one thing we can't stand, it's a whiner. Grease her down!" So when he says that the prep team can't stand whiners, is he referring to the capital citizens they've worked on or tributes from the districts?
I don't know. She's definitely being an internal whiner.
Yes.
Yeah. But she's just sitting there gritting her teeth going, this is fine.
This is fine. Yeah, so I'm thinking that they would work on capital citizens before getting the job as prep team for the tributes.
Oh, yeah.
Because the Hunger Games is cream of the crop. You are hiring the most expensive, successful people to work on it. Mm-hmm. So I think they would have gone to the Academy, which is their name for the Academy. I know, their names are terrible.
The Academy.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Have these guys ever heard of a second draft?
Literally.
Yeah, planning sessions, whatever. So I think that they would have gone their degrees in cosmetology at the university, which is the name of the university. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it's not even the University of California, Berkeley or something. That at least has a little bit of specification. It's just called the university. When people in the capital say, what school do you go to? Oh, the university. Which university? Just the university.
I also wonder if there's any other options for schools.
Yeah.
Like, within the capital.
Well, you have to pay to send your kids to school in the academy, so I'm assuming there's others that are free. Or your kids in the Capitol just aren't educated, which would explain why they're so childlike. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then we finally meet the last member of Katniss' prep team. Octavia is a plump woman with dyed pea green skin. Insane. Like, what would you have to do to dye your skin green all the time?
I feel like it makes me think about people who do cosplay and they don't realize that the paint that they're putting on them is a little bit more permanent. Mm-hmm. And then they have to go to work the next day and they have, like, purple or green on them. Yeah. That's what that reminds me of.
Okay. So encountering someone who's overweight is notable for someone from the districts because everybody's just, like, bone thin. And in a later bit, Katniss says that the Capitol citizens don't want to look old or overweight. When in the districts, they're like, oh my god, tell me your secret. Mm-hmm. Like, hey, that's something to be envied. I want to be fat and old too. I don't see what the problem is in the Capitol. Mm-hmm. Yeah, from the perspective of a starring person, a full bully is to be envied, not shunned. And then we get into the subject of skin darkening and lightening. It's a worldwide phenomenon in the beauty community, subject to fierce debate over issues of colorism. As we saw in the skin darkening and lightening episode of America's Next Top Model.
Yep.
Thanks, Tyra.
Thanks, Tyra.
Now, there are cases where skin can unintentionally change color in conditions like argyria, bluification, jaundice yellowing, rosacea reddening, or vitiligo whitening. Mm-hmm. Now, I didn't know this until I was doing research for the episode. There are actual documented cases of humans developing green skin.
What?
Yeah. Hulking out in a process called chlorosis, greening. However, the scientific consensus is that it is unlikely that this disease will ever reemerge, given that it ceased to be reported circa the 1930s.
Let me ask a question. They didn't have color photography at this time, did they? How do we know they were green? How do we know? We're just trusting that they had green people?
But Grace, why would the doctors say that these people had green skin?
I don't know.
What? All these doctors who reported on this condition of chlorosis. Why would they make that up? Why would it be a massive conspiracy?
I'm just saying it can't be proven.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Show me the photo.
No wonder your college closed down, Grace. Okay, but before we move on from Octavia, because me and Grace are both fans of musical theater, the question must be asked.
To quote Glinda Upland from the poster of Wicked, famously graffitied, "Is your pussy green?"
Yes, is your pussy green?
If you're unaware of what we're talking about, that's okay.
Yes.
You don't need to know.
Yes.
Just know it's hilarious.
Yes. My rebuttal to that was... was Elphaba saying to Glinda, "Is your pussy pink?" And then my sister-in-law pointed out to me, "Well, I sure hope it is." So Octavia and Venia grease Katniss down with a lotion that soothes her raw skin. Then Katniss is disrobed, and the prep team eliminates the stray hairs on her new body with tweezers. Ouch!
Again, this is a child, a teenager. They're talking about circumstances where she is nude in front of a bunch of adults.
Let's hope Flavius is gay. Let's hope the other two women are straight.
But still, regardless.
Yes.
The ways that they are endangering these contestants are numerous.
Yes. The prep team, as we see later in the story, are not predatory.
Right.
Like, they're kind of simple, but they also genuinely seem to care about Katniss.
But also, regardless, if you put a teenager in a situation where they're naked in front of someone who's not a predator, you're still putting them through an insane thing that they shouldn't have to go through.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, Katniss is going full toddlers and tiaras, only without the toddlers. Mm-hmm. I mean, kind of since they're kids, but you get what I mean, right?
Yep.
Oh god, what if that was a theme of the Quarter Quell?
Toddlers and tiaras.
Yeah, that's
Give
the thing.
me that, my sugar.
Yep. Honey Boo Boo would destroy everybody else that year. Mm-hmm. Yeah, ain't nothing wrong with being a little gay. Yeah, and then beforehand, Katniss is characterized as this tomboy who will wear dresses, but is generally far more comfortable wearing her father's hunting jacket and pants. Mm-hmm. Her family survival is not usually dependent on her being ladylike. It's camouflaging to not tip off her prey. But now that she's a tribute, she's being thrown to the deep end of hyperfemininity, hence the toddlers and tiaras. Mm-hmm. Katniss knows she should be embarrassed, but she's more embarrassed for a prep team than herself. Burn.
Yep, she says specifically, they're so unlike people that I'm no more self-conscious than if a trio of oddly colored birds were pecking around my feet.
So wait, they're taking off her feet hair too. That's painful.
That's Nickelodeon.
That's Nickelodeon.
Yeah.
Yes, and she just described herself as a plucked bird, and now she's comparing the prep team to colored birds. So they're allowed to keep their feathers, but in both cases, their humanity is being stripped away from them. And then the next paragraph cannot be an accident. Suzanne knew what she was doing. In the next paragraph, the three step back and admire the work. Excellent! You almost look like a human being now, says Flavius, and they all laugh.
Hilarious. You almost look like a human being now. Which is funny, like you said, because in the previous thing, Katniss is like, these fucking birds, like, I'm not even embarrassed to be naked in front of them. They're the weird birds, not even human. But while she's dehumanizing them, they're dehumanizing her.
Yes.
And then they both lose.
Yes, they both lose. Everybody loses.
Yep. And
Yes.
so she kind of grits her teeth and smiles and says, we don't have much cause to look nice in District 12.
The prep team is unable to detect the true meaning behind Katniss's comment.
Yep.
They don't have much cause because they're starving, and they don't have much to look forward to. Yeah, this really points out how successful the Hunger Games are at othering massive swaths of the population to one another. Snow is pitting everyone against one another from his mansion. The capital people hate the people in the districts hate the other districts. Even in the same district, the rich people hate the poor people, and it just goes on and on and on. It's crazy. Yeah. She is playing to their egos and presenting herself as a sweet country bumpkin, in which really helps out. And then the prep team is like, oh my god, I never even thought of that. Octavia claps her hands together, distressed at the idea of Katniss missing out on the opportunities and privileges of making her pussy green that she's known for her entire life. Venia insists that when Cinna gets through Katniss, she'll be absolutely gorgeous. And Flavius offers another backhand compliment. Hey, now that you've been cleaned and waxed, you don't look horrible at all.
Quite literally, you're not horrible at all.
Grace, you're not horrible at all either.
Aww.
Yep.
And I'm just imagining the look on her face, especially like knowing the movies with Jennifer Lawrence, how she would play that scene.
Yes.
Can you imagine someone saying to your face, now that we've gotten rid of your hair and filth, you're not horrible at all?
Yes.
Insinuating that you were horrible before?
You're horrible after. You were horrible when you got here, but now that after we're done with you, you're not horrible at all.
Thanks to me, you're not horrible anymore.
Thanks to us. Yeah. Before we move off with the prep team, I'm wondering if they've met at the university, or because it seems like they are coworkers and friends. They're always seen as a trio. Yeah, I feel like they're kind of portrayed like people who go to work and then hang out afterwards.
Definitely.
Yeah, I can't see one being like, well, that was fun, and then Venia's like, oh my god, I hate these people. I hate these people. Octavia dyed her skin green. I just can't get behind that. I mean, tattoos are one thing, a purple lipstick, but come on. You don't dye your skin. It's problematic. It makes it look like fluorescence is coming back into fashion 300 years later.
If you believe in it.
Jesus Christ. Katniss's assessment of her prep team is that while they irritate her, she just can't bring herself to dislike them. It's hard to hate my prep team. They're such total idiots. And yet, in an odd way, I know they're sincerely trying to help me.
So even though she's brain bullying them, she's like, these stupid, dumb idiots, but I can't help but feel bad for them. And I know they're trying to help, so I can't actually be pissed.
Yes.
Although, I feel like some of the ways that they're talking to her, she could maybe be a little bit pissed.
Yes, she's a little pissed, but she's not angry.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah. Speaking of brain bullying, Grace, have you seen the new Spider-Man movie yet?
No, I'm seeing it on Friday.
Oh, that's awesome.
I'm so excited.
Yeah, you know that a psychic is the villain. I won't tell you any more than that.
Interesting.
It was in the trailers, Grace.
A psychic?
Yes.
I didn't really watch the trailers.
Oh, my bad. Yeah, but brain bullying.
Brain bullying.
You hate to think about it.
Yeah.
Okay, So, has the prep team worked on tributes already in the previous Hunger Games, or did they cut their teeth on Capitol clients?
I think think they would have had to do their training with Capital clients.
Yeah, we don't know how old they are. They're described as being adults, but they could be college-age students or they could be middle-aged. Cinna's described as being, like, on the younger side, so I'm not sure if they worked for him beforehand or not. Like, did Cinna say, I'm picking these 3 because they're the most talented?
Right.
Or if they already worked in the Hunger Games and they were like, oh my god, the last one was such a whiner. Yeah, she did laugh at our hilarious jokes, and she took it badly when we see she's implied that she's horrible.
Yeah. How dare she?
Yeah, I didn't even feel that bad when she died, honestly. You know what? And then the other ones are kind of like, well, you can't say that. But, yeah, not my favorite. Kind of a whiner.
Kind of a whiner.
Yeah, kind of a whiner, kind of hairy. Went, ow, when we pulled out her feet hair.
Exactly. How dare she?
Yes. And then, okay, so, and so, God, I'm just so pissed thinking about how bad they are at naming things. There's the university, the academy, the capital, and the districts are all numbered. The best thing named in this entire country is the Hunger Games, and was concocted as a joke.
Counterpoint. The best thing named in the Hunger Games is people's weird-ass names.
Yes.
Those are great. Those are creative.
Those are creative. I remember them.
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, who names their child Casca Highbottom? The first part is fine, but Highbottom, change your last name.
Furthermore, Coriolanus.
Yeah, any name with anus, you just cut it off there.
Sejanus.
Yes. I'm sure we can think of more anus names. Darth Tyrannus. Darth Tyrannus from Star Wars. Okay, and
So it sounds like they are creative in terms of naming the individual, but when it comes to the collective, very bland.
Yes. Yeah, and then we get more evidence about the prep team coming from the university, because in Sunrise on the Reaping, Haymitch's prep team consists of Proserpina and Vitus, who are university students who are made to answer to an incompetent stylist named Mago Stiff for the sake of their grade. And so they're basically doing all the work. They have to bring in Proserpina's sister Effie in, just so they have clothes that aren't horrible at all.
Once you get rid of all that hair and filth, the clothes aren't horrible at all.
And the blood from the parade.
Yeah.
Too soon.
Hurrah!
Okay, so there is precedence for this because during Snow's time at the Academy, his scholarship to the university was dependent on him mentoring a tribute to victory in the Hunger Games. What happened to her afterwards wouldn't affect his grade. So, as Katniss waits for Cinna to arrive, she strokes the braids in her hair and regrets leaving her mom's blue dress and shoes behind on the train. This makes her sound like she's Dorothy from The Wizard of Oz. Somewhere over the cornucopia. We are finally allowed to meet this mysterious Cinnamon. And Katniss is taken aback by how normal he looks. Care to read the quote, Grace?
Sure. Cinna... Oh, wait. Where's the quote?
Yeah.
Oh. I'm taken aback by how normal he looks. Most of the stylists they interview on television are so dyed, stenciled, and surgically altered they're grotesque. But Cinna's close-cropped hair appears to be its natural shade of brown. He's in a simple black shirt and pants. The only concession to self-alteration seems to be a metallic gold eyeliner that has been applied with a light hand. It brings out the flecks of gold in his green eyes. And despite my disgust with the Capitol and their hideous fashions, I can't help thinking how attractive it looks.
Yeah, and so gold seems to be in this year. Yeah, Cinna is the first truly friendly face that Katniss meets since boarding the train. His manner reflects his understated appearance. He speaks in a quiet voice that lacks the usual affectations of the capital. The movie version of this interaction is nothing if not efficient. He strides in, shakes Katniss's hand, compliments her bravery for volunteering, apologizes to her for being reaped, and offers to help in any way he can. Katniss is like, most people congratulate me for being reaped, but Cinna says that he doesn't see the point in that. Poor Katniss says that she's not very good at making friends, and guess that Cinna is here to make her look pretty in order to get sponsors. Oh, girly. Cinna says he's there to help Katniss make impression. He doesn't think someone as brave as Katniss should be parade about in a stupid costume. And here's a change I am so glad that they made in the movie. Katniss is allowed to wear a hospital gown throughout the entirety of her interaction with Cinna. In the book, he circles Katniss's naked body, taking it all in. Ah! It is genuinely upsetting that every year, 24 children are expected to strip down in front of several adult strangers without parent or guardian present for the sake of a fashion show.
Mm-hmm. She literally says, he walks around my naked body, not touching me, but taking in every inch of it with his eyes. I resist the impulse to cross my arms over my chest.
Oh,
Ew.
God. I can only imagine how mortifying it was for all the other tributes. Mm-hmm. Women and girls in particular are expected to police their bodies so as not to show off too much skin without being accused of inviting assault. So I can only imagine how humiliating it would be to order to take off your clothes by adults. Clove, Foxface, Glimmer, and Katniss, and Rue, along with the other girls and boys, share this experience in common, and the games haven't even started. Mm-hmm. Imagine being in high school or a high school locker room, only with several adults needing to lay their hands upon you in order to make you not horrible at all. Mm-hmm. This fits in very well with what we learn about the capital sex trafficking in Mockingjay. The odds of there being no history of sexual abuse in the pregame whatsoever are not in favor of the tributes. Their lives aren't safe from their harm, so why would their bodies be safe from harm? Who would the tributes report their abuse to? Especially if someone molested the tributes behind the scenes, the threat of retaliation in the arena is very real. Mm-hmm. Woof. Thankfully, Cinna is a good egg, but why was any of them put into this position? He couldn't have said no and said, Katniss, put your robe on. I'm gay. Not only are you a child, but it would do nothing for me.
Ugh.
Yeah. So Cinna, much like Flavius, has been interpreted as being gay by readers.
Flavor Flav!
Yeah, boy!
Yeah!
Is this because Cinna being gay and studying Katniss in the new comes across as purely professional? The movies don't expand on Cinna's sexual orientation, and the books don't either, so we'll leave it to fanfiction to answer the question of queerness. Cinna's actor, Lenny Kravitz, is not gay, but since when's that ever stopped shippers? Mm-hmm. Or us, for that matter, when we paired up Peeta and Gale when they kissed each other, and it was hot, but they both agreed it would never work out.
Exactly.
Kravitz has spoken about how he himself is unsure of how Cinna identifies. He didn't want to portray Cinna as a stereotype, and he wanted to play him as a character first. This is the quote from Movie Line. I played Cinna right down the middle, and one of the inspirations is a friend of mine, actually, who I grew up with. He's bisexual, and you could think he's gay, you could think he's straight. You're not really sure. It's very subtle. You wouldn't know it, but Cinna's speech patterns and the way he enunciates was kind of based on this person that's just a friend of mine. That's just a friend of mine, like Madge. Wink. Wink. Who I thought was a good example. Yeah, so he consciously played the character as being bisexual. Mm-hmm. I'm reminded strongly of how, circa 2004, during the filming of the third Harry Potter movie, Alfonso Cuarón encouraged David Thewlis to play the character of Remus Lupin as a quote-unquote gay junkie. Ooh. That is genuinely unhinged. J.K. Rowling must have caught wind of her character being one of her 7 least favorite letters, LGBTQIA. Thus, she straightened Remus out the last year in Harry Potter Book 6 by giving him a girlfriend. Mm-hmm. Still no word on Pottermore if Remus is just said no to puffing the magic dragon as of this episode's recording. Questions to the viewers. Remus Lupin, bisexual junkie, heterosexual junkie, or homosexual junkie? You decide. Lesbian junkie is not included as one of the categories for obvious reasons, but we'll throw it in if we get enough votes in.
True.
But what really endears Cinna to Katniss is him complimenting her mother's hairstyling of the braids.
Mm-hmm. He says, Who did your hair? My mother, I say. It's beautiful, classic really, and in almost perfect balance with your profile. She has very clever fingers.
Mm-hmm. Katniss is unfamiliar with Cinna's work because most of the stylists in the Hunger Games are tenured. So Cinna's like, actually, this is my first year in the games, and I actually asked to work for District 12. This is unusual because usually new stylists are assigned District 12 with the expectation that if they do well, they'll be bumped up to a better district. In this way, both Cinna and Katniss are volunteers. Mm-hmm. So we never actually learned why Cinna requested District 12. Why did he insist on working for the least popular district?
I mean, if you're a pessimist, you might say he did that so he could get it in. Yes. And go to higher up districts. But that doesn't really seem like his personality. Yeah. It seems like there must be a deeper reason, but he doesn't share what it is.
Yeah. I'm thinking maybe he wanted to show that, look, I could make any tribute look good. Mm-hmm. I could even see it being like a bet or something. He's like, I'm going to take District 12 and I'm going to make them the best looking people tonight. And then another stylist is like, no. Tyrus is making a bet with him like, no, you couldn't make District 12 look good. I tried to give a dress to a girl from District 12 back in the day. It was fine, but come on, you couldn't do it. And he's like, Tigress, I will bet you a crate of cat food. that I'm going to make them the best one. And then Tiger said, you know what, you're on.
Exactly.
And then that's why he's working for District 12. Or he saw footage of the reaping and said, 12, I want to pick 12. And then everybody else was like, well, okay, we don't really want that one anyway. Mm-hmm. Does this mean that Cinna is already so successful in the Capitol as a stylist, he was offered more renowned districts and negotiations?
What I'm also wondering is how far ahead of time are the stylists assigned?
Yeah.
Like, theoretically, if someone was doing the styling for something, they would be hired at least a month beforehand to start brainstorming, figuring out things.
Yeah, unless he just did it super fast, which is ludicrous to think about. Mm-hmm. Also, when did the tributes have their measurements taken? My guess is that they had their measurements taken at some point, like recently enough to the reaping, so not much would change if they got sent to the Capitol.
Yep.
So they could like look through their files and be like, okay, Katniss Everdeen, she's this tall. Here's Peeta, he's this short. Sorry, Josh Hutcherson, catching strays. Mm-hmm. Okay, I can only imagine that whoever brought Cinna into the Hungries was pleasantly surprised when he went in desiring the slot no one else wanted. The other stylists view the number of their district as a status symbol, so Cinna willingly taking on this district wouldn't upset any of his peers who were either tenured or already vying for a better district. Also, Cinna says that this is his first year. What happened to the last stylist?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Yeah, did he do something to displease people?
Mm-hmm. Did he perish?
Did he lick toads?
Could be anything.
Yep. We actually learned that toad licking is a real thing in this series that happens. Mm-hmm. Oh, God. I can't even imagine. Mm-mm. Like, who looks at a toad and be like, you know what? I'm going to put my tongue on that thing.
Someone with issues.
Yeah, hopefully he doesn't try to jump into my mouth.
Exactly. That would be the worst case scenario.
Katniss finally re-robes herself as they lead her into a sitting room. He orders a luxurious lunch for them to enjoy. And Katniss is internally calculating how much she would have to hunt, gather, and train in order to duplicate this meal. And even that would come up short.
And let me just say, he doesn't just order a lunch and it gets delivered. He presses a button and the table opens and there's a second tabletop underneath that brings out their lunch. Like, this is high tech.
Yes.
This is crazy. It's so easy. They press a button and they have food. Meanwhile, Katniss at home was starving, laying in the pig mud.
Yeah, in the pig mud.
And getting bread tossed at her when she was on the verge of death.
Yes.
Woo!
That's crazy. Like, are there chefs in Panem? I would hope so.
In the Capitol? Sure.
Yeah, I was saying that because they make it sound like he pressed the order for the food and then it immediately came together. Mm-hmm. And I'm just wondering if machines made that or if there's like people who are under the ground who are making it and then setting it up with like dumbwaiters. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it seems like there are cooks and bakers and stuff in the Capitol. So I'm thinking that maybe he put this order in beforehand or something.
Right. And I think the more you think about how to have extreme wealth and luxury, you have to rely on people being below you because they will be doing those things for you. So
good old cheap applicism.
Exactly. So in Panem, most likely Avoxes are making the food.
We'll get into Avoxes later, but oof. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and also I'm just thinking that maybe they just have all these dishes beforehand that can be prepared. So they have all these different exotic dishes, and a lot of it will likely go in the trash because not everybody's going to order large portions. Either that or the staff is going to keep it for themselves, unless they're like, well, it's gauche to have Tupperware, so we're just going to throw it in the trash.
Yep.
Yeah, we're going to feed it to the horses.
Exactly.
Although, now that I think about it, the horses actually seem pretty well fed. They get a bunch of sugar cubes and everything.
Oh, sugar cubes.
Mm-hmm. Yep, we'll come back to sugar cubes in the next book. I never thought sugar cubes could be sexy until Finnick Odair started eating them. Yeah, okay, so Katniss just can't imagine a life without hardship that she's known since she was a toddler without a tiara.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah. What do they do, these people in the Capitol, besides decorating their bodies and waiting around for their new shipment of tributes to roll and die for their entertainment? Cinna notices Katniss's scowl and remarks, "How despicable we must seem to you." Despite Cinna's warmth towards her, Katniss still narrates, "He's right, though. The whole round lot of them are despicable." I feel this points to Katniss's black and white worldview with little room for shades of gray. We think back to her relation with Asher, which is very push and pull. Katniss alternatively hates her mother and loves her mother in the same breath, and suffers all this inner torment about whether or not she should forgive Astrid. And that's her mom. It's even worse for other people because she is like, I just can't really trust anybody outside my family except for my really good friends Gale and Madge.
Yep.
An absolutist worldview is the tack that the Capitol also takes toward the districts. The sense of the rebels during the Dark Days are still being punished for the actions of their ancestors 3/4 of a century later. It's insane. The wound has never been allowed to heal properly because the bread and butter politics of Panem is to play everyone against each other. President Snow, as the head of the state, uses unparalleled power to spread hate. That is why I think that he advanced so quickly, is that he hated more than anybody else and really amped up the capital versus district rhetoric and made the game such a big event. He didn't invent them, but he perfected them.
Yep. The us versus them dynamic.
Yeah. Yeah, even with a name like Anus, he's still managed to get on the ballot. That's incredible.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's a very common end to your name in the districts, or in the capital at least.
Yes.
Sejanus and Coriolanus.
Yes. God, everything's so hypersexual. No wonder they're all so confused all the time. And they're just, like, overly stimulated constantly. For an autistic person like Katniss probably is, this has got to be nightmarish. And then Cinna goes from, which is like, oh yeah, we're all pretty despicable. Anyways, me and Portia, we got a really cool thing cooked up for you. Portia is Cinna's counterpart who collaborates with him on District 12's fashion. Her job is to dress up Peeta in the same vein of Cinna dressing up Katniss. Portia as a character is largely redundant in the series because Cinna can already take on a lot of her roles, or Effie can do additional exposition. We don't get much of a sense of what Peeta thinks of her. Peeta also has a separate prep team than Katniss's prep team, showing how no expense is spared when it comes to Hunger Games' yearly budget. If we can assume that each district is assigned 2 stylists total, then the average Hunger Games employs 24 stylists in total, 1 for each. Stylists are apparently assigned to the male and female tributes at random. Johanna Mason mentions having a female stylist in the next book, and only 1 stylist was assigned to all 4 of District 12's tributes in Hamish's games, probably because he was licking all those toes and pushed everyone else out. You'd think that they would have hired 4 stylists for the biggest Hunger Games of all time, but hey, maybe the budget was running a little low. So since tribute outfits are traditionally themed around the industry of the district, Katniss grimaces reminiscing about District 12's long history of fashion disasters at the parade.
And just to remind you, coal mining. That's what they're known for.
Yes.
Coal mining.
There's only so much you can do with coal mining outfits. It's always dreadful, and it does nothing to win the crowd. And then, get this. As if there wasn't enough exploitation of children. One year, the year of the Hunger Games was apparently birthday day suit chic because District 12's tributes were sent out on the chariot stark naked and covered in black powder to represent coal dust on live television. WTF.
Can you remind me again? The tributes, are they adults or no? They're children.
They're children.
They're children.
Yeah, they're children.
They're children. Here's what's insane to me, Andrew, is they would have scrubbed them clean, gotten all the dirt off of them, and then put this fake coal dirt on them.
Yeah.
Pisses me off.
It pisses me off too, Grace.
Yeah.
Like, did they think that the real coal dust wouldn't present well, so they put on sparkling gold dust instead? No, wait, it's not even sparkling, because they say black powder. Oh god, it's the race change thing from Project Runway all over again.
I know.
Not only is it child pornography, but it's racist.
Oh god, it's so bad.
Yes.
It's so bad.
The Capitol's broadcasting standards are strict when it comes to free speech, but are surprisingly lax when it comes to matters of sex and violence. Jeez. Like, hey, this is how far North America has gone in the future. Usually it's violence on TV that's brushed over, and then sex is more frowned upon. The Capitol's only a few generations removed from those family channels on YouTube.
Ugh.
So, we discussed in an earlier episode how the legal age in the districts is 19, because that's when this is and ceased to become eligible for the Hunger Games. Gale becomes a coal miner after his last reaping, not before. We also learned that Rue, who was 12, was working in the fields back in District 11, but maybe it's different standards for different points of harvest because District 11 has a huge population and all hands are needed on deck. So it seems like different districts have different standards of, well, you're still considered a kid, but you have to work. Child labor laws, I mean, if you're killing the kids, why not get some good work out of them first?
I mean, if you look at the labor laws in the United States, in a lot of states, if you're working in agriculture, you can be younger. If you're working as, like, a movie or television star, you can be younger. Mm-hmm. There's specific laws that exist that theoretically are there to protect minors who are working. That being said, if you are a minor and you're working, it can be really hard to figure out, like, where to report to if something's going wrong.
Yes.
And it can also hurt your career, especially if you're in the filmmaking world. Which is why why family channels are so wrong. Because the children are the content.
Yeah, and they can't consent to it.
They can't consent to it. Their families are making lives about them, videos, content, money, and they aren't promised anything. They aren't promised savings account. They are just given exploitation. Mm-hmm. Woo, hot take.
Yes. My God. And yeah, we never really get a sense of how, like, the victors treat their own children because we don't really see them with their children that much. I can imagine some of the career districts, they're like, you're going to have to volunteer one day so you can be a victor like me and that sort of thing. That would be really interesting to read in another book to see that the districts themselves, some of them have this mentality of forcing the kids to grow up really fast. Mm-hmm. And also kids who are going to work should really be in school to learn about social skills and all the important knowledge they need for future careers. But this makes it sound like you're like, this is the career you're going to have the rest of your life picking grain. Mm-hmm. And you're going to like it. Mm-hmm. Or else. Yeah, these schools don't seem designed to inspire a child's creativity and give them options for what they could do later in life. It's coal, and then other districts, it's seafood, or trains. You like trains? Too bad, you're learning about trains now.
Exactly. Some people would be thrilled.
Yeah, I like trains.
Yeah. Can you imagine? You're like, man, I failed my coal test.
God. Yeah, I was peeking ahead a bit in the next book, and Priam says, oh, we didn't learn much in school, just coal byproducts.
Yeah. Crazy.
Yeah, there's no MASH, there's no math, there's no arts, there's no science, there's no history.
There's no real history.
There's no real history. It's fake history. Mm-hmm. Or, like, half-truth history.
Yep.
Oh my God. Oh, and there's no athletics, too, apparently, except for maybe wrestling, but that seems more like a volunteering thing. Mm-hmm. So, these tributes aren't getting exercise, they aren't learning anything useful, and it sounds like a very boring place to be. This really is the American school system.
How are you supposed to exercise when you're starving?
Yes.
You know?
I had the benefit of going to a pretty good high school and my dream college. And Grace went to a college that was her dream college until Beth Hillman ruined it. And now she's teaching at a great school, or working there, rather. Mm-hmm. Like, those schools are the exceptions. It sounds like the only schools in the district suck ass.
Yep.
And then, even if the schools in the capital are good, they still have terrible names.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I go to the academy.
The University Unicorn, is that their mascot?
So vague.
The Academy Anus?
There you go.
The Academy Ass and the University Unicorn. Those two, that's a college team and a high school football team who are going against each other. You have, like, these freshmen who are being tackled by grown adults from college. Mm-hmm. And you know what? That would totally fit in with explain what's on TV when the Hunger Games aren't on. Mm-hmm. But even putting aside the concept of child abuse, from an entertainment perspective, what's the value of keeping these dusty, uninspired has-been stylists around in the first place? Like, their contracts must be ironclad. They can slum it year after year and put out crappy outfits that no one likes, tacky outfits that won't get you sponsors, and yet they still are allowed to keep their jobs. The Hunger Games is supposed to funnel the best of the best in the capital into this. Scientists and cameramen and stylists and everything. But the stylists seem like they suck. I mean, I know on some level that Katniss is being like, the fashion in the Capitol is terrible, I don't like looking at it. But it sounds like the people in the Capitol themselves are sick of it.
Well, here's another thing. If it was your job to design an outfit that represents an area that you have never been to, how creative and authentic are you going to be? Like, you have to see the people from that area as people, as humans.
Yeah.
And as we can see, the folks who are helping out in the beginning are like, you actually look like a human being now.
Yeah,
now
you look like our
this.
idea of a human being now.
Exactly. And so imagining these folks who live in the Capitol, they're stylists, they're given District 12, they're like, I don't know anything about coal except that you burn it and use it in fire. And they don't even get that far. They just go, coal, there's dust there. Or you could dress like you're mining coal.
Yeah, or you could dress in nothing at all.
Exactly. But here's the thing. Katniss is afraid that Cinna is going to do this to her. Because he says, we both see it as our job to make the District 12 tributes unforgettable. What she then thinks is, I'll be naked for sure.
Oh my god.
Horrifying.
Yeah, and there are so many variations you could do with District 12. So you could go for diamonds, the product of coal, or dress the tributes in bright canary yellow outfits to play off of the tropes of canaries in coal mines. I mean, it would make it look like they're being sent to die, but they're being sent to die. Mm-hmm. Or really, any number of absolutely sickening black outfits because coal is black. After all, any trendy non-black color will never be compared to black. Orange is the new black, anyone?
Mm-hmm. So then Cinna says, so rather than focus on the coal mining itself, we're going to focus on the coal. Then she thinks, naked and covered in coal dust.
Yep.
But he goes a different direction. He says, and what do we do with coal?
We burn it!
And then he says, which could be ominous, you're not afraid of fire, are you, Katniss?
Yep, and he apparently smiles at her expression. What expression do you think she had?
I think she... Oh, gosh. Well, she has her sassy inner monologue. Mm-hmm. But her face, she really tries to do the social fake where she is smiling and nodding, but I think she doesn't quite have the skills to do it. I think she probably looks a little bit awkward. Peeta, on the other hand, is pretty good at doing that.
Yeah, I think Katniss' expression was like, fire, you say?
Yeah, fire? What are you gonna do to me?
Yeah, I'm totally fine with some kind of girl, but fire?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's so easy to create a fire there, but on my body? What are you planning here, dude?
Mm-hmm. So, apparently, a few hours later, she is dressed in what will either be the most sensational or the deadliest costume in the opening ceremony. Which is interesting. There are a lot of deaths in the past of the opening ceremony. Not necessarily due to costume.
Yeah.
So that would be...
That might happen if somebody was like, well, you're District 8. You work with, like, pens, so here's a needle outfit. Ah!
Mm-hmm. There's lots of room for things to go wrong.
Yes.
And she's afraid that her stylist, who she just met, is going to...
Set her on fire.
Set her on literal fire. And she's like, is this guy crazy? Oh my god, he's crazy.
Yeah.
I think he's crazy.
Yeah. The outfit is described as a simple black unitard with shiny leather boots. But what's carrying this outfit it is a fluttering red, orange, and yellow cape with a matching headpiece. While the cape and headpiece do sound rad, the shiny leather boots sound unexceptional, and the black unitard, it's giving community theater. I much prefer the costumes the movie cooked up. So they're wearing these angular, imposing ebony suits with sharp collars and severe shoulder pads. There is no cape because the fire coming off of them is the cape. But my absolute favorite detail of the movie creation are the scales you see on the outfit. This transforms the tributes of District 12 into dragons. And what do dragons do? They set fire. Yeah, it looks like Cinna and Portia skinned Toothless from How to Train Your Dragon Alive and made it into an outfit. God. Or he just took inspiration from the Night Furies. A very appropriate alliance because those movies are about how an alliance between two sworn enemies irrevocably changes the world. Mm-hmm. Oh, and also a character loses their leg.
True.
Okay.
So he explains, it's not real fire, it's synthetic fire. Which, in some ways could sound like it's not real poison. It's synthetic poison.
Yeah.
Okay. Am I gonna die, though?
I want the audience to recognize you when you're in the arena, said Cinna dreamily. Katniss, the girl who was on fire. It crosses my mind that Cinna's common normal demeanor masks a complete madman.
She is in this strange place. She has had hair ripped off of parts of her body that have never been hairless before. And she is with who she believes to be a madman who's going to set her on fire.
Yes.
She must be shitting her pants right now.
Yeah, oh my god. Oh, that'd be worse because they have to stand up the entire time in the chariots and be paraded about the city.
Awful.
Hopefully the fire will cover the smell.
Exactly. Or it will make it worse.
Oh gosh.
So, even though, if you remember from the last episode or last chapter, Katniss is all like, Peeta's actually dangerous because he's so nice and he's gonna kill me. And him being nice is him manipulating me because he's actually bad. He can't actually be good. He's evil.
That considerate bastard.
He's so considerate. He looks so genuine. I bet he's not. Anyways, despite all of that, she is relieved to see Peeta. Probably because she thinks Cinna is going to kill her.
It relieves... Okay, so this relieves Katniss. She was legitimately secure that she would be barbecued. And then she says this about Peeta. You should know about fire, being a baker's son and all.
Like, yes, they use fires and ovens. And she can't stop mentioning that he's a baker's son.
Yes.
Like,
why are you talking about it constantly?
She's like, that is your personality trait.
He doesn't even talk about bread that much early on. She's just like, bread. That's all I associate with him.
Oh my god.
Yep.
So, the whole crew walks in. Portia's there. Peeta's there. They're all really excited. They're like, oh my god, yay, you're gonna look so good. Except for Cinna. He seems a bit wary as he accepts congratulations.
Now, is this because he's being modest, or because he's like, I shouldn't really be congratulated for this?
Right. Or is he like, oh god, I don't know if it's really synthetic or not.
Yeah, it was Portia's idea. I said yes, but now I'm starting to have second guess it.
Mm-hmm. So they're brought down to the chariots, and the chariots are pulled by teams of horses. And apparently the horses are so well trained you don't actually need to lead them.
Yeah.
Which... I wonder if Katniss ever really saw a horse before, because...
That's a good point.
I don't know if... She maybe knows that they exist, but I don't know if they're really a part of District 12.
Yeah.
But
I can imagine somebody from the other districts, like 9, saying, whoa, those dogs are huge!
Exactly.
Yeah, and it makes you wonder if the horses are trained in District 10, where they have the cattle and stuff like that. They have kind of a cowboy aesthetic. Mm-hmm. Or if they are raised in the capital. It sounds like there might be horse breeding in the capital.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and all the horses have different colors, which might be a play on the expression, horse of a different color. The District 12's team of horses is, of course, coal black and naked.
True. So true.
Yeah.
And so, Peeta and Katniss kind of pull each other aside and go, what do you think about the fire? And Peeta says through gritted teeth, and I imagine also smiling, I'll rip off your cape if you rip off mine.
Deal.
Because they are scared of being set on fire.
Yes. Yeah, Katniss is always referred to as the girl who was on fire. Peeta's never referred to as the boy who was on fire.
But I have heard people call him Toast. Because...
Yes.
Girl on fire plus the boy with the bread, that's Toast.
That's a good name.
Mm-hmm. And so, here's the thing. She doesn't think that they're not going to get burnt. She's like, they'll throw us into the arena no matter what happens. If we're burnt up, even better. So she's worried. She's like, I am surrounded by psychopaths, these freaks who are so weird and don't even really seem human to me. And they don't really see me as human, and they're going to set me on fire. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god.
Yeah. I imagine if the chariot was on fire, they'd be like, the horses!
Mm-hmm. So they're kind of losing it, and they lose it even further. Where they're like, yeah, I know we promised Haymitch we wouldn't push back on any of the stylist things, but should we have pushed back on this? Peeta goes, where is he anyways? And Katniss says, with all that alcohol in him, it's probably not advisable to have him around an open flame. And then they lose their shit and are laughing.
Yeah.
Hee hee ha ha, guffawing, bent over, knee slapping, laughing.
Yeah.
Which sometimes happens when people are stressed out and nervous.
Yeah, it's the only thing that makes sense in a nonsensical situation. Also, I just realized this is the first time they've ever really talked to each other. Mm-hmm. Because they did talk a bit on the train, but they've never talked before in school or anything, so this is the first time that they've ever had, like, a moment that's just like the two of them. Mm-hmm. And it's a positive one. It
is. And so they're waiting in their chariots. The parade begins.
Yep. One last thing about the horses. So, is this a privilege that only people in the capital can enjoy, raising horses? After all, as Lisa's pony taught us, caring for a pony is equal parts hilarious, heartwarming, expensive. Marge, with today's gasoline prices, we can't afford not to buy a pony. Yeah. Horse meat is mentioned as being sold at Ruba's back in District 12. Horse meat is a delicacy in many parts of Asia and Europe, but most English-speaking countries don't carry it. Everyone in Pan Am speaks English. We see this contrast points to our culture in the USA versus other parts of the world. In the USA, horses can become beasts of burden, race horses, or show ponies. If a family can afford it, they can even make good jumbo-sized pets. However, it's a dystopia, and food is food. Horses are huge, so slaughtering one could feed a family for days at a time, and opening a glue factory creates jobs.
How did I know you were going to talk about a glue factory? This guy brings up glue factories too often.
Yes, once is more than enough. While some in the capital might be partial to what they deem an exotic dish, I think most capitalists would take our approach to horse meat in the present. And that'd be like, well, no, you don't eat horses, you ride them. Yeah. They can afford to breed horses for leisure sport, they wouldn't think of them as being prey. Now, I'm not going to yuck your yum if you enjoy eating Artax from the Neverending Story. Artax, you're sinking! Let's just say that though we haven't tried it, it's probably not for us. Mm-hmm. For the sake of comparison, me and Grace will seek out pepperoni to put on pizza. Pepperoni is composed of cow meat and pig meat. This is because I personally don't own a cow or a pig as a pet. So the slaughter of these animals would not be seen as taboo to me, and it's not taboo in our country. In India, however, us eating beef would be seen as exotic because legislation against cattle slaughter is enforced by the larger federal union. This is because cows are revered, and eating the meat of one is considered controversial in the Dharmic religions. So it's comparative around the world what's considered acceptable to eat and what's unacceptable to eat. Mm-hmm. Vegetarian veganism is a personal choice. No one's forcing you to eat some pig! Sorry, fans of Charlotte's Web. This is unrelated. We're going crazy right now. But me and Grace both have a dear friend with arachnophobia. My favorite recurring joke to tell her is that her favorite book is Charlotte's Web because the spider dies in the end.
It's so good.
She is a good sport about it, giving me a good-natured Harswood punch on the shoulder every time I tell it. Our friend is so strong, Grace, and we've told them how strong they are before, physically and emotionally strong. They've said, no, I'm not really that strong. And then you were with me and they said, no, when you hug me, it's like an oak tree. Yeah.
She is extremely strong.
Females are strong as hell.
Love you, Issa.
Mm-hmm. We love you, Issa. Mm-hmm. Oh, and if I haven't already lost you with these Dark Larry jokes, here's one more to really rage bait you. Grace does not condone this, probably.
No.
Yep, so I'm just going to give her a bit of distance in case I got canceled. Do you know why Peeta has a better chance of winning the Hunger Games than Katniss, Grace?
Why?
Because if Bridge to Terabithia is any indication, if you go into the woods with Josh Hutcherson, it won't end well!
Wah, wah.
Yeah, I said it. I made a Bridge to Terabithia joke. Come at me. I have no shame. Hope you're a strong swimmer, Katniss. Keeping an eye out for rope swings. They'll get ya!
I'm gonna start boo-hooing over here. Bridge to Terabithia.
Yeah, I had the opportunity to maybe see that in theaters, and I asked my mom about it. She said, no, I don't want to go to that one.
Yeah.
And she explained to me later, it's because I read the book, and... Yeah. Rope swings.
Rope swings.
Those sons of bitches. Mm-hmm. So, they're agreeing to take each other's tape off if the synthetic flame backfires. And then this breaks the ice between them. So it's the being set on fire that breaks the ice.
Da-dum-ts.
Yes.
And then something that I really like is they talk about the parade's going to start, and they say after that, they will welcome us, play the anthem, and escort us into the training center, which will be our home/prison until the games begin.
I mean, she's not wrong.
Question. Is District 12 similarly a home/prison?
Ooh. That's a good question.
As is 11, 10, all of the districts, even the capital. Home/prison. Are you allowed to leave? Not really. Not unless you have a really good reason and people give you permission.
Yeah.
So you have to stay there. If the power's working, there are electrified fences. You are in a prison. There are guards, essentially peacekeepers, watching to make sure you do things. If you don't go and see the Hunger Games show on the day of the reaping, they will arrest you. Anyways, home/prison.
Well, I'm not sure that they arrest you if you don't watch the Hunger Games, but I think there's like watch parties near the Justice Building, and then people can choose to watch it from home. Like, would it make sense to have the peacekeepers go to every house and make sure that people are watching?
Didn't they have something in the first couple chapters, though, where they said they checked
No, it was for the reaping.
Oh, I thought I said the reaping.
It was to get the assets, not just to watch the Hunger Games.
Got it.
Because Katniss tries not to watch them.
Yeah.
Yeah, but she just can't help but hear about all the horrible stuff because of pop culture osmosis. Like, that year with Cecilia won, it was kind of mid. You can't really... I mean, there's only so much you can do with the maces. I mean, I like Cecilia, she's a good winner, but except for when she hit the one guy with that one mace, it wasn't really that fun.
Yeah.
And then the national anthem begins to play. Because I'm a movie fan, I just can't hear anything other than Horn of Plenty by James Newton Howard. Blah, 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 blah. The creative team had to invent their own iconography for an auditory medium. Hence, Horn of Plenty was composed by Howard. Also, a Horn of Plenty is a cornucopia. LOL, you're so funny, J&H. Mm-hmm. It frequently appears during moments of pageantry, such as the nightly memorial for the dead tributes and stages of the victory tour. However, if you've actually read The Battle of Songbirds and Snakes, then you know that the national anthem is named Gem of Panem. Like most national anthems, they have lyrics citizens are encouraged/forced to sing along when it plays. In the audiobook, Santino Fontana recites the national anthem. And no, we didn't misspeak. He recites the national anthem. A Broadway actor is given the chance to sing, and he's not singing.
A Broadway musical actor.
Yes. Who has a Tony. Mm-hmm. And it's not like he's a bad singer either. He is credited in Crazy Edd's Girlfriend as Greg Serrano and Frozen as Prince Hans. This must have been a troll move on somebody's part. Mm-hmm. Yep, hippity hoppity. Can't blame Cupid, he's just a baby.
La, 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 la.
La.
La, 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 la.
There's a part I love where he finds out where Snow is finding out what the song is behind Lucy Gray's name. And he says, oh, it's a ghost story. Boo. Mm-hmm. We'll have to talk about that more if there's a season 4. So the route to the opening ceremony is that they'll be trotting about the Capitol streets for 20 minutes before stopping at the presidential mansion. Their customary opening remarks will be made by President Snow. The parade finally ends as they're escorted to the train center, where our home/prison will be. They also call it the Tribute Center sometimes, which makes it even more confusing. Mm-hmm. Okay, so District 1, whose industry is luxury items, always receives the honor first position to start things off. They're valued by the game makers first, always are interviewed first, and their chariots always lead the herd. You can hear the roar of the crowd. They are always favorites. And now we get to the fashion show part of it.
Yay! This chapter's so fun!
Yep. Okay, Marvel is wearing a Pink Panther fur coat with a largely book-accurate sparkly tunic underneath. In the book, it's more silver. They're even spray painting it silver. At least they're not naked. And Glimmer's wearing a pink dress made of similar materials with a Las Vegas showgirl's headpiece. These outfits are the only ones that seem to cater to the idea of the tributes as individuals while still being recognizable as being on the same team. How about we play Toot or Boot it, Grace?
Sure.
Toot if it's good, Boot if it's bad. I'm going to give it a Toot.
I'll give it a Toot as well.
Yep. Yeah. The Pink Panther fur coat is great and all. And this was the first time I ever saw Jack Quaid on screen as one of my personal favorite actors. When I found out he was cast on screen, I was like, oh god, please don't be the villain. Please be the villain. Spoilers. He was! He's just like so good at killing children.
He's so good at killing children.
In movies.
That's what Andrew loves.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I liked him before, but when I found out that this was a repeat performance for him of killing children in movies, I was like, oh my god, he's great. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he goes to conventions. I should really meet him and ask him about the series.
That would be really
He made
cool.
an apology video for the time he killed Rue.
Yeah.
Yes, he did, and he Apologists will trying to backpedal it by saying, well, he was brainwashed. But I guess that's not an excuse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll forgive him.
Yeah. Kato and Clove are wearing these gold gladiator outfits with winged helmets. It's giving Roman gladiator. It's giving god of the Norse persuasion. It's giving god of the Greek variety. Andrew gives it a toot.
I give it a toot also.
Yep. And then we start to go downhill. Boom and Zoom, silvery outfits, both seem to revolve around their giant top hats with gears on them. While nothing against steampunks, federal districts already have factories in them. Andrew gives it a boot. Kick.
I'm not a big fan of steampunk. I gotta give it a boot as well.
Yeah. Bravura and Tippett are wearing cyan togas held together with starfishes and are both already wearing crowns. It complements their fishing district, and as careers going to the open ceremony all wearing crowns is a bold move. Andrew's going to give it a 2. There you go, no Milo.
I don't know. It's unique, but I'm going to have to give it a boot, honestly.
Yeah. I feel like it might be something you would see at a beach store or something.
Exactly.
Like Shell City or something like that. Mm-hmm. Okay, Fox Fate and Shift's outfits do refract light, which is appropriate because District 5's industry is power plants. However, that's not what you're going to be talking about because their faces are surrounded by a sparkly full moon circle. Is it supposed to just a solar panel or a satellite dish? I don't quite get it. I'm going to give it a boot.
Also a boot for me.
Okay, Jason and JoJo fare better on this front because their bronze crescent moon headpieces are genuinely impressive in their construction and their industry is in transportation. So if any district can claim moon imagery, it'd be them. In a later chapter, I'd love to talk about if they have space capabilities in the capital. Mm-hmm. Well, this is yet another outfit on the runway where a lot of the work was put into just one element and the rest of it is in service of that one element. That one element is actually worth it. I'm going to give it a toot.
I'm going to give it a boot because what does the moon have to do with transportation? Yeah,
I guess it could be space flight, but it doesn't seem like that's something most people would focus on. You'd think they'd be like, hey, Katniss is like, the capital can go anywhere, unlike us in the districts. They've even been to the moon. Okay, so while Hannah Mason claimed that District 7 stylists produced nothing but tree fits for decades, Steele and Battis' outfits are made to resemble paper airplanes and origami. Maybe Joanna was exaggerating, or she was too busy being awesome to notice. While I do like the concept of demonstrating what lumber is used for, once again, the stupid headpieces are the focus of the outfit. I'm going to give it a boot.
I'm going to give it a toot. I personally think it's creative.
Yeah, it is creative, but I feel like a lot of times this year, there were a lot of headpieces that were the focus of the outfit, and that was it. It's like in RuPaul's Drag Race where they just wear a leotard. Yeah, exactly. You're like, girl, what? Yeah. Leotard and flats. Yes. I'm autistic, so I can say this. Totally leotarded. Oh, I don't like that. Yeah. You don't like autistic people, Grace?
No,
oh, no.
I don't like you saying that.
Am I not allowed to say that?
I don't know.
Yeah, watching that episode together with Jem was so crazy.
Oh, my God, I know.
Yeah, and, ooh, girl, you got information.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then we get my least favorite outfit. District 8, whose industry is textiles, DC and Heddle would be the best-dressed tributes on the runway. You'd be wrong, however. They're going out in pink and turquoise jester outfits. Am I a joke to you? While District 1's outfits do admittedly look a little silly, they don't suggest that you shouldn't take them seriously. Andrew doesn't just give it the boot, but the golden boot.
I also give it a boot. If you're going to be textiles, you got to look amazing.
Yeah, there's no excuse.
No excuse.
District 9, oh great, now Pommy is grimacing at you, District 8 stylists. Okay, how does the Amazing Digital Circus theme go?
Oh god, now I can't remember.
Alright, Grace, how about you cite the one with Zubul and all the other Has-Been Hotel, Amazing Digital Circus characters.
Cite them?
Recite them.
Let's see.
It's Zubul and Zubul and Zubul
and Zubul and Zubul and Zubul and Zubul.
That was very nice. I think you missed a few, but... Wait, there's also Zubul. You forgot about Zubul.
Oh, Zubul.
Yes. Anyway, brain rot. District 9's Holland Pump are wearing silver capelets and tunics. Silver might be the new black this year. While they're not as embarrassing as the humiliation ritual, their outfits do not suggest that they're the breadbasket of Panem whatsoever. Literally, any tribute could walk around this outfit and it would make sense. I suspect District 9 stylists are recycling outfits. Andrew's going to give it the boot.
Also a boot.
Yeah, it doesn't really scream, this is District 9, we're bread. Peeta is more bread-like because he's being set on fire.
Toast.
Okay, after 3 boots in a row, District 10's Catalina and Drew thankfully serviced an outfit that understood the assignment. Golden cowboy hats and matching jackets from the districts that has the meats makes perfect sense.
They're Arby's.
Yes. It's just an Arby's location, that's District 10. It's not even several locations, it's just one location. It's the smallest district.
Exactly.
Now, this is an outfit I'd actually wear even if I wasn't being forced to. I'm going to give this a toot.
I'll give it a toot as well. I think that cowboy looks are classic.
Yep. Just ask Lil Nas X.
Exactly.
And Billy Ray Cyrus, although maybe not nowadays.
Yeah.
Alright, District 11's Rue and Thresh also befit from a stylist who wasn't sleeping at the sewing machine. They wear dark overalls over shiny metallic blue shirts, and although they come from a more humble district, they also wear these silver laurels on the top of their head. Good for them. It fits in nicely with the silver trend. It represents their district. It has agriculture, and it suggests that District 11 is a team of winners. To quote Rue's ancestor, you better work. District 11 gets a toot.
I'll give it a toot too.
Yeah, God, they look so cool in the outfits in the movie. Well, most of them. We just roasted a bunch of them. To be clear, we're making fun of the stylists, not the children.
Exactly. Yep. It's like when you see a baby who's wearing an ugly outfit.
Yes.
You're like, your adult put you in something weird. Or, you know what I hate is when a baby is wearing a shirt that says, like, ladies man.
Oh my God.
Or something like that. I just think that's interesting.
Yes, it's very capital.
By interesting, I mean bad.
Yes, by interesting, I mean bad. And as for Katniss and Peeta, I think we both agree that they are far and away the most iconic outfits in the ceremony. And it wasn't even that close. They both deserve the Best Dress Award and a hearty toot.
Toot toot.
Although, unfortunately, they tooted. I wonder if it would get set on fire by the synthetic flame. That would be awful. Flame. Oh, fire down below. Oh no, fire in the hole.
Fire in the hole.
The presentation of the opening ceremony in the movie is filmed in a way that really brings the audience into the moment. Seneca Crane's directing camera crews behind the scenes. Caesar Flickerman and Clyde Templesmith are providing color commentary. And we keep buying back to Snow, waiting to give his yearly remarks. So, they're lit with synthetic fire. IRL fire stunts involve actual fire and careful coordination so as not to singe the material or incinerate the stunt performers. It's more of a science fiction aspect created for the series, and it just points to how scientifically head Panem is. I will admit, though, while Katniss and Peeta are dressed to the nines, the fire VFX in the movie are not dressed to the nines. It's one of the few flaws in the movie that comes to mind for me, is that the fire does look pretty cheap. The first fire VFX in the first Shrek movie looks better, and that film predates The Hunger Games by 11 years.
Yep. I
generally write off as a first installment weirdness, and their filmmakers not wanting to barbecue Jennifer Lawrence and Josh Hutcherson.
I'll forgive them.
Yes. The Catching Fire VFX are a major step up in that front. And something I can always look forward to when I watch the movie with the first time viewers, like, check out the fire effects, they look so bad. And then we're like, yeah, that looked like it took in an afternoon.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm talking like we have an amazing budget and amazing special effects when it's just one still background image the entire time.
Yeah. Keep watching. Maybe you'll see something.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe we'll do a face reveal for the final episode if we are monetized by that. Yeah, if we're monetized, we will consider it.
Yep.
So just as District 12 is exiting the remake center, Cinna suggests, Katniss, Peeta, you should hold hands. This differs from the movie where Peeta comes up with the idea to show district pride all by himself.
Hold on. Let me just say, I don't know that that's actually what Cinna said, because Katniss doesn't hear what he says. She just kind of hears him yelling and gesturing. And then Peeta says, I think he said for us to hold hands.
Oh.
That's how I read it anyways, is that perhaps Cinna said they should hold hands. Or Peeta's just like, hey, should we hold hands? I think he was telling us to do that.
Smooth operator, Peeta.
That's my headcanon anyways.
Yeah, and Katniss looks back and then Cinna gives him a thumbs up. That's better than I had in mind.
Yeah, exactly.
I was thinking, honestly, that you should go out flipping the bird at everybody.
Yes.
But holding hands is better.
Yeah, holding hands, that's a great idea. I don't know why I had such a stupid idea earlier.
Yeah. The crowd is taken aback by their outfits, but they're quickly won over. They find Katniss and Peeta's names in the playbills and call arcs to them. Cat piss never clean. No, that's not it. It's Katniss. Katniss, way to go. Great outfit. Mm-hmm. And Peeta, Shark? Peeta Shark? No, Peeta Malark. Peeta Malark. Whoa, great outfit, dude.
They're screaming their names.
The cameramen attempt to divvy up equal airtime to the tributes, but lingering on District 12 longer than strictly necessary. All right, I have a nosebleed.
You have a nosebleed? Oh
I have a nosebleed. You keep going.
Okay, Andrew has a nosebleed. Okay. I was like, why does his voice sound like that right now? Okay. So, they are going on this parade. People are loving them. They're shouting out, like, their names. They're throwing roses, and she grabs it and smells it and kisses it back and throws it. 100 hands reach up to grab my kiss as if it were a real and tangible thing.
Everybody wants my kisses.
Katniss, Katniss! I can hear my name being called from all sides. And in her inner monologue, like Andrew said, she says, everyone wants my kisses.
I know the guy next to you wants your kisses.
Literally. And so she's basically holding Peeta's hand, the intensity of someone who's going through labor would hold their partner's hand. Because she goes, oh my god, I cut off the circulation. This guy probably has, like, weird-looking fingers at this point. She's gripping onto him for dear life. So she's like, oh my god, I should let go. And then he's like, oh, you know what? Actually, it's fine that you're holding on because I was almost going to fall off of this chariot.
Yeah, how do you interpret that? Was it he just having an honest moment of, I feel like I'm going to fall off otherwise because I'm so scared? Is it like, oh, I'm so weak, Katniss. You should really hold my hand some more so I don't lose balance?
I think with the other part, with me making up that he was saying, oh, we should totally hold hands. He told us to hold hands.
Yeah.
I think he wants to keep holding her hand because he's like, oh, this is kind of nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, like people are clapping for us.
Yeah.
They think we're so cool and cute.
And then the camera passes by them and he flips it off and says, fuck you, Gale and Madge. I'm in first place.
Exactly.
And then Gale and Madge are like, well, I like the part where she blew kisses at the camera, but I did not like that part. Mm-hmm. I don't, the hand holding in general, I just don't like it. And then that's when Madge and Gale decide, you know what? We have to kill this boy because he will take away our Mockingjay. One of us needs to have her, and it cannot be Peeta. We thought he was a distant third. I mean, Gale, you were in first place because you hang out with her all the time. I'm second place because I'm a friend. Like, she never talked to Peeta. But now, oh my god, he's in first place. He's in first place. I don't like it, and we need to form an alliance.
And Gale is jealous of the love that Peeta's getting because they made out, and although hot, they knew it would never work.
So he's doubly jealous.
Exactly.
It's like, oh my god, my friend is getting together with the random stranger I kissed. Mm-hmm. This is so weird. And Madge is like, yeah, I feel kind of bad that I had you kiss Peeta now, because I'm just realizing that it's not going to work out for either of us unless we do something about it. Mm-hmm. We're going to have to get all the money to Katniss, and specifically Peeta. We're going to send money to Hamish and say, don't give it to Peeta. And then he will die, and then Katniss will be one of ours. Deal? Deal. And then they pinky swear.
And then Haymitch goes, money? I can use this in exchange for alcohol.
Money can be used to buy goods and services.
Money can be used to buy goods and services.
Yes.
Exactly.
Okay, so why did Cinna suggest they hold hands, assuming that he suggested it?
I mean, if he wants his district to win, he has to put equal energy into wanting both of them to win.
Yeah.
Even though he's Katniss's designer, he wants to present them as a team so that they seem more powerful and they'll get better ratings. And also it looks more powerful when it's two people, like, with this cool-ass outfit matching with the fire. Like, it makes them look more unified by holding hands. And it makes people think more about them and the look. Because they're like, oh, they're holding hands. Are they together? Do they like each other? Are they friends? Why are they holding hands? And then they pay more attention to his fabulous look.
Yeah. That's a good point. I was thinking that maybe it could be interpreted as a rebel thing, since the people in the chariots don't hold hands usually. They're always like focusing on making themselves look good at the expense of their district partner.
Right.
Yeah, and you think about most of these people in the districts don't even really know each other when they get at Reeves. They're like, oh, it's like this person. Maybe you're at school with me, maybe you're not. Maybe you're in high coal school and I'm in middle coal school.
Exactly.
So I wouldn't really know you. So some of these district partners might know each other, but Katniss and Peeta know each other a lot better.
Yeah.
We learn later that Rue and Thresh like know each other a little bit.
Yep.
Maybe because they both worked into the fields or whatever. And here it comes, Grace. We're about to meet the main antagonist of the series, who's barely in this book.
Which is very different than the movies.
Yeah, he gets a ton of screen time in the movies. They took crumbs and then made it into a feast.
They, like, have these parts where you see the games, you see what's going on, and then you go to, like, a quiet scene, and he's talking about the games and his strategies and what he's trying to do, and it's just very interesting. You can tell that the movies really wanted to make him a more developed character.
Yeah, with foreknowledge of what was going to happen later on.
Exactly.
We're going to talk about that a lot more, where they invented certain scenes to explain what's happening during the Hunger Games. Yeah, and I just love to imagine Snow just being in his mansion, being like, I'm so untouchable, I'm so cool, everybody loves me. It feels, I'm very starting to even remember what's her name. And then he's like, wait, I don't like that girl.
Yep.
He's like, he elbows his wife and said, I don't like that girl. What do you think of her? What? I think she looks good. I don't know, babe. I really don't like that girl. I don't like the boy either, but I do not like that girl. My spider sense is going off. I'm having Lucy Gray flashbacks and the Mockingjays and everything. Oh, she's wearing a Mockingjay pin. Oh, I hate Mockingjay so much. Oh my god, I hate Mockingjay so much. Lucy Gray. And then Olivia's like, honey, I think you're coming apart. You're obsessed with this teenage girl. You do not need to feud with the teenage girl. You're president of the country. Okay, fine. Hopefully she just turns very quickly. But I don't know. I don't like that girl, Olivia. I don't like that girl.
I feel like his wife must be like, who is this Lucy Gray that you whisper her name and growl in the nighttime? Like,
growl in the nighttime.
Like, Lucy Gray,
yes.
Betrayed me, Like,
yes.
Are you cheating on me? And he's probably like, well, yes, but not with her. I don't know where she is.
Yeah, I don't know where she is. No one knows where she is.
But that being said, yes, I am cheating with you.
Yes, but yes, I am cheating with you. Why do you think your granddaughter doesn't look anything like you?
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, we're both mentors in the 10th games together, and I only married you because I knew I would never love you, because you made fun of me being an orphan. Yeah, literally, that's what he says in the final chapter. I should marry somebody like Livia Cardew. She made fun of me for being an orphan. I could never love her.
Crazy.
Yeah, and I would love to get a behind-the-scenes sitcom of Snow being president of the country. His wife is just like, why are you being so weird? Stop feuding with this teenager. He's like, but I can't help it. If I'm not feuding with this teenager, then people won't know that I'm strong. But it makes you look weak to constantly be feuding with a teenager. Nah. Everybody thinks that it's totally awesome that I'm ruining the 16-year-old girl's life. He's
like, my whole career is based off of ruining 16-year-old girls' lives.
At least I think. I don't know what happened to Lucy Gray still.
Exactly.
That's why I growl in my sleep.
So we meet the president.
Oh, well, and you know what? I just realized something. It'd be horrible to sleep in the same bed as him because he coughs blood.
Yes, he does.
Yeah. I can just imagine her being like, good morning, honey.
Yeah. She's like, let me get the blood rag again.
Yes, let me get the blood rag. Okay, so while we know very little about the previous head of state, President Ravenstill, it was under his leadership that the Dark Days took place and the Hunger Games were ratifying the Treaty of Treason. So from this we can infer that President Snow is just the latest anus in a long line of anuses. Politics, am I right?
So true. So he is a small, thin man with paper white hair. And it's interesting with the parade, essentially. It stops in front of his house so he can go on his little balcony and make his little speech. I wonder, You know, a lot of places will have a famous presidential house, like the White House,
Yeah.
or like a palace or something like that.
Or Versailles when it was a monarchy.
Exactly. And it makes me think about in the future books when there are the rebellions, I bet there were a lot of circumstances where people other than like Katniss's crew were trying to infiltrate his house.
Yes.
And get in there. And like what kind of guardrails they had.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah, because that's literally the plot of the last book is how do we get in there and kill him.
Exactly. Like, it couldn't have just been them. It must have been other rebels from other places.
Yeah, or just, like, people in the capital who hate him or just want the honor of killing somebody famous.
Mm-hmm. So they're showing them all around. Katniss notes that they are being showed... They usually try to show the tributes in equal amount, but they're showing them way more often. Because their outfits are so much cooler than everyone else's. And so... The national anthem plays, and...
Stop kneeling.
Oh my god.
I can't help it. I have an injured leg. Still, it's disrespectful. Yeah, we need to make our entire news cycle about that one kid that kneeled during the parade.
Absolutely unhinged.
Yeah. And then Snow, bye by this point, because he appears in only 2 chapters out of the 27 in this book. I'm not kidding. Mm-hmm. So he appears in this chapter to say... Thank you for your courage and sacrifice, and from the rest of the book sits down and passively watches his stories like the grandpa he is until it's required for him to crown a victor. Riveting. I probably wouldn't even remember this character if Catching Fire and Mockingjay didn't make him out to be such a threat. Mm-hmm. Also, he appears to be clean-shaven in the illustrated version of the books. And I was just imagining with a beard because of the movie. I guess to make him look more like an evil Santa Claus.
Possibly.
Yeah. Katniss doesn't yet connect the horrors the Capitol's unleashing against her to Snow because he hasn't taken a vested interest in her misery just yet. Mm-hmm. He's seen hundreds of tributes parade before his mansion every year since he became president. Why should Katniss be treated any differently just because she's the best dressed?
Mm-hmm. All the tributes are giving her nasty eyes. They're giving her dirty looks because they're like, oh my god, you look so much cooler than us. And a little bit conceitedly, Katniss says... Which confirms what I suspected. We've literally outshone them all. She literally goes from, like, being in the dirt and being a tomboy to, like, oh my god, we're so pretty. We're so pretty.
Yeah. This is the true purpose of fashion, is to enhance what's already there and make people feel good about themselves. Mm-hmm. Not just about doing what's popular at the time or changing yourself to fit a standard. Mm-hmm. Good. I think that it's impossible for a person who's pretty on the inside to look truly ugly.
True.
Yeah. Versus some of the people on Project Runway, they are conventionally attractive but do nothing for me. Mm-hmm. Wendy Harlow seems pretty cool, though.
I don't know that person.
Oh, I was talking about her earlier. She's one of the only successful people to come from that show.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah. Jen can probably tell you a bit more about it. Mm-hmm. Okay, so... Snow is not really the main villain. And it's important to distinguish that between the movie and the book. Mm-hmm. So, Seneca Crane, who's the head game maker, would be a better antagonist for book 1, technically, because he's the head game maker. He's the ringmaster of this grisly service. But the name of the man behind Hunger Games 74 isn't identified as such until book 2. Mm-hmm. And then, since Seneca doesn't technically exist yet, and Snow is busy watching his stories and ranting about Lucy Gray and growling and coughing, and it falls to Cato serves as the big bad book 1. He's the male tribute from District 2 who volunteered. Cato's one of the only tributes that stands out to Katniss, and he gets the lion's share of page time amongst the careers. So this logically makes him the main antagonist since he's doing the most work to make the protagonist's life difficult. The movie certainly treats him as such because, along with everybody else, he's mean-mugging Katniss and Peeta like crazy after the parade is over and giving them the stink eye. Mm-hmm. He seems to be taking being outshone personally. Now, Haymitch, we haven't seen him greet until now. He's greeting his tributes after they disembark in the carriage. In Chapter 6, it's revealed that Katniss and Peeta have... So, Haymitch is not greeting his tributes. In Chapter 6, they say, we haven't seen him since he made the deal with us on the train. Mm-hmm. Either because he's, like, blackout drunk somewhere else or is in the audience watching the parade. And there's something in the movie that I am shocked watching back because it fits in so well with the book canon. So if you're watching the movie, he is seen briefly in the audience. He's barely keeping it together. He's slumping his head so he doesn't have to look at the parade. And we know that during his parade, things went so badly because somebody set off a firework that spooked a horse and caused him and his chariot to trip over, which caused him and his friend to die. Mm-hmm. No, that caused his friend to die, and he had to, watch it happen. Mm-hmm. Horrible. The first real death that happens with someone that he knows about in those games.
Yep.
Or, was close with. This hits very differently, and God, that scene is going to be so rough to watch in the movie. Oof.
Yeah.
And it's still the movie I'm most excited for. I'm probably going to pre-order tickets.
Exactly.
And bring gumdrops. Sorry. Dark literary jokes. The episode's coming to an end. You won't have to worry about it any soon. So Katniss and Peeta seize the hand-holding, and Peeta compliments her flaming hot Cheeto dress. Katniss interprets this as him trying to gas her up with a compliment to lower his threat level. So, you know what she does? She acts like a butthead and kisses right on the bruise as payback. Mm-hmm. Even though this likely stunned, Peeta probably doesn't mind. He's probably happy that his crush kissed him on the face, if not the lips.
He probably thinks it's sweet. She's kissing my boo-boo, he thinks.
Kissing my boo-boo. She's kissing my boo-boo.
She's kissing my boo-boo. I said you should wear flames more often. They suit you. And then she got a weird look on her face and kissed my boo-boo.
Yeah, I think she likes me.
I think she likes me.
Yeah. And then if there's another camera, he's flipping off Gail and Madge. He's like, she kissed my boo-boo? Did she kiss any of your boo-boos?
I don't think she kissed any of your boo-boos.
Yeah, Madge had to kiss Katniss. Katniss did not kiss her. And Gail has not kissed her. Mm-hmm.
Suckers.
Section 3. Next time on District 14.
Well, that just about wraps up Chapter 5, The Capital.
The next episode is going to be named Chapter 6, The Avox.
Ooh, can't wait.
Until next time, I'm Andrew.
I'm Grace.
Happy Hunger Games.
And may the odds be ever in your favor.